I'm sure many of you guys in the room who might own your own business, you get to a point where you're like, I just can't do all these things. I gotta say no to something, right? I get choked up about it because it really changes their lives. It really gives them like a sense of purpose and it gives them their life back, you know? If we didn't film it, it wasn't real, right? It didn't happen. But anyways, I realized, there's probably a really big elephant in the room that we should let everyone know about and kind of just help everyone understand what's going on with Chelsea Place, what has recently transpired. But as of last Thursday, Pam Manier is the new owner of our assisted living facility. So congratulations, Pam. It was a long 7 months. Probably the biggest secret that I've ever had to hold, and like go into conversations and talk to my team and knowing in the back of my head we were going through this process, but not being able to actually talk to them about it because not knowing if it was going to happen or not, But she did it. I'm so proud of what she has done and what she's accomplished, like just to even get to that point, and then also what she's going to be doing going forward. So I just want to give a round of applause to Pam. Congratulations, Pam. To kind of like address what does that mean for us? What are we doing? Where are we at? Are we still Chelsea Place? Where Chelsea goes, she's still around, So essentially what has happened over the last year and a half is we started the process of becoming a franchise company for our adult daycare center. And through that, just the sheer amount of work that takes to then support all of your franchisees. And to be able to bring in the infrastructure and to be able to literally just focus on one of our core business models, it was one of those things where I felt like we had grown to these 3 amazing services, but it was hard to focus on all 3 at the same time because they're so different. We're still taking care of the same person, we're still taking care of individuals and helping families, but the way the businesses run, assisted living has housekeeping and meals and its own set of things. Home care runs completely different. The adult daycare's got its own processes. So there's a lot going on. And we were like, we need to find a way to kind of narrow our focus. And it got to a point where we felt like the best thing to do was to go ahead and find someone that could be, take the assisted living, take the residential model and make it even better. And so that was really at the core of the decision, was just realizing I can't do it all. Thinking I could, but getting to the point where I'm sure many of you guys in the room who might own your own business or might take on community service projects, and you get to a point where you're like, I just can't do all these things. I gotta say no to something, right? So that's what happened. We got to that point where I realized I needed to be able to narrow my focus so we could do just a few things really, really well. And so that being said, I kind of wanted to share with you guys what we're doing as we go into next year. So literally, I've been working on this project for probably about 1.5 years, and all behind the scenes. I feel like I'm just this hermit in my office all the time. I miss coming out, being around you guys. I actually do like talking to people, and I hate that all I do now is I sit at a computer and sit behind the desk, and it sucks, because that's not where I want to be, but it's what I needed to do to get to where we're going. So for those that might not know, adult daycare is this underground concept that no one really, it's like Fight Club, you gotta be in the club to know about the club. So the cool part about adult daycare though is if you can imagine being 90 years old and you've lost all your friends, you no longer have family anymore. I mean, think about this time where maybe your family's not even near you, so there's no one to support you, and you wake up in the morning and what do you have to look forward to, right? Because today you guys woke up and you probably look forward to coming here. You probably look forward to maybe the connections that you were going to have today, or the people you're going to reach out to, or the opportunities, or maybe the hope you had about a promising future, right? But now you're 90 and you don't have anything to look forward to other than the television. Or maybe that one phone call that happens every Thursday when your granddaughter calls you, or your son or your daughter, right? I wouldn't want to be in that position. I think about that all the time. I'm thinking, just take me out. Why am I here? God, why are you letting me suffer like this, right? But now give someone the opportunity to come to an environment where they can be around other people that are in a similar situation, a situation where maybe they're in a wheelchair too. Maybe they use a walker. Maybe they have some cognitive, some dementia going on, or maybe they don't remember everything anymore. But then you give them the opportunity to have a sense of purpose and find meaning and have friendships and have something to look forward to in a community again. Something that they haven't had maybe in a long time. And that's what the Adult Daycare Center does for so many people. And we've literally served over 500 people in Charlotte County just in our small little adult daycare over the last 3 years. I get choked up about it because it really changes their lives. Like it really, it really gives them like a sense of purpose, and it gives them their life back, you know? It was one of those things that I became obsessed with this business model. And from the standpoint of like what it could do for people, and I'm like, the country needs this on a nationwide scale. Like if you go to like different areas of the country, they might talk about adult daycare, and then you show up and it's like the basement in a church with like 2 people, right? And you're like, well, okay, that's not what I was thinking. Or you go to another place and you show up and they're like, oh, well, you have to be enrolled in our insurance. And it's like it's a program where you have to actually go onto a specific type of insurance plan that then maybe has some restrictions. And then you go there and like, well, I can't get that. But there's not a model. When you think of assisted living, when you think of home care, for the most part, people can be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, someone comes into the house, takes care of me. Oh, adult, assisted living. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I go to a place to stay, and there's people there to like kind of make sure I'm safe, and I have food to eat and a community. But adult daycare, it's just hit or miss. It depends on where you go. It depends on what you're gonna get. You go to some places, you're gonna walk out and be like, that was depressing. Like, I don't ever want to go to a place like that. But then you go to some other place and like, wow, this is amazing for people, right? So if you could bring that amazing experience nationwide, what was the best way we could do that? And we felt that franchising was going to be that way. So that being said, there's a community up in New Jersey called Chelsea Senior Living. And as we were kind of going through this process of trying to figure out how do we expand, how do we become a franchise, you have to get this thing called a registered trademark. Well, Chelsea Senior Living stole my wife's name, so we weren't able to get that trademark. So we had to think of like, we gotta come up with another name. What describes what our adult daycare centers are gonna do? It's active, it's fun, it's exciting. So we came up with this name called ActivAge, Daytime Senior Care and Activities. And so starting in January, we'll be rebranding, relaunching under a new name. Part of what we're doing will still be, Chelsea Place. We'll still try to include that because there's so many people that know us by that name, but our brand going forward, some of the messaging that is gonna go out is gonna be alongside this new brand called ActivAge. But I wanted to walk you through what a day at ActivAge might look like. We take you to the Flamingo Clubhouse, and you get there, and this is where you're gonna hang out during the day. And this is where you get to hang out with your friends and spend time, and do some fun activities and just really just enjoy your day in this tropical paradise. And when I talk about storefronts, as you look around in this room, you're gonna have different areas. In these different areas, you might be able to go get your hair and nails done in our Ocean Blue Salon and Spa. You might be able to go get physical therapy, occupational therapy in our Fins Up Fitness. You might be able to take a nap, or say you're tired, or like, someone's driving you crazy and you're like, I gotta get away from this person. And we got the Green Turtle Theater that you can put your feet up and just relax if you're not feeling well that day. Or say maybe you are taking care of your mom or your dad, and you're like, hey, would you guys be able to help us out with a shower? Help us make sure that they're, got a shower every so many times a week, and that they've been bathed and they're clean and everything like that. And then we got the Lava Ridge Hot Springs, where, we got a nice little hot shower. We can help make sure that you get a nice shower every so many times per week or whatever. And then say you get a cut or a scrape, or say that you need to like see a doctor. We got our lifeguard station where a nurse can take care of you, and maybe pass meds, whatever it is that you might need. Maybe you have a question and you're not sure where to go or what to do next. So you go to the Pelican Porter, and one of our amazing staff members is there to help answer any of your questions. And then every single day at lunchtime, we're gonna eat from the Sizzle Tiki Bar and Grill. And then for those that might have maybe more advanced stages of Alzheimer's, may not really be able to communicate or interact with others, we have a special area with a little bit more of a concentrated focus where we can take care of those folks, more one-on-one. And that's gonna be in our Seashell Lagoon, which is gonna be a private little area, an area where we have activities that are focused on those that have Alzheimer's and dementia, and more advanced and late stages of that. And then of course, every single day at 1 o'clock, we're gonna have live music at the Coconut Club. And so that will be what a day is like at our future ActivAge Daytime Senior Care and Activity Center. So that's what's coming. We are in the process right now of opening up a second location in Sarasota. And we are going to do a mini renovation to our current location here. And we'll continue expanding with adult daycare services as well as private duty in-home care. So we can really then kind of focus on taking care of somebody in their home environment and making sure that we can help them both before and after a day at ActivAge. We can help them get ready for the day, bring them to the center. We can help them at nighttime, but we can really kind of help bridge that gap and just narrow our focus on doing one thing, and it's helping people stay at home. And so that's what the future holds. So I feel finally I can let this secret out, But anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. And if you guys have questions, and if you're interested in buying a franchise, let me know.
Thank you. Let's give it up for Chris. Thank you. Congratulations.